Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to another episode of BodyGeeks. Have you ever wondered how do some people build their workout splits, or how do some of these coaches write their programs? Today, I'm gonna answer your question on how to build your very own workout split. So we have a few things that we need to consider whenever we're making a workout split, that being volume, intensity, and frequency. So what is volume? When we're addressing volume, what we wanna look at is how many different exercises are we doing, how many different reps are we doing, and how many sets are we doing. So if I were to say train my chest and I want to do 12 different exercises for 10 sets each for 10 reps per set, that's really high volume because we're doing a ton of different reps on a ton of different machines from a ton of different angles. If I were to go in and say I'm going to do 10 sets of 10 reps on the bench press, that's slightly lower volume because we're only doing those 10 sets on one exercise. Or we could say that we're going to do 3 to 5 exercises per workout, all hitting different muscles or the same muscle from different ways, and we're gonna do it from the 6 to 8 rep range. That's gonna be a lower volume workout. So to understand volume, you need to know that volume is literally the amount of work that we're doing for the muscle. Lower volume is usually gonna be heavier weights for less reps and maybe less exercises. Higher volume is usually gonna be more sets and reps and possibly more exercises as well. So how do we explain intensity? Intensity is how aggressive you're being with the weights. So somebody doing a set of say 12 to 15 reps with a lighter weight, the intensity is a little bit lower than somebody who's say powerlifting with really heavy weight. By intensity, it's kind of another way of me saying strength or power or how much weight are you using. So another thing to consider with intensity is that it's not always going to be a straight set. Now a straight set would be, I'm going to do this last set to failure. My target rep range is 8 reps. I'm gonna pick the heaviest weight possible to get 8 reps with that. A different type of set that's not just a straight set would be a rest pause set or a drop set, which I can address in another video. These types of sets or supersets, giant sets, there's a ton of them. They're ways of encouraging muscle failure and intensity techniques to use the heaviest weight possible to cause the maximal impact towards your workout all within the set. So a little recap between the two. If we're talking about volume and we're talking about intensity, how do they relate together? So intensity is how heavy of a weight that you're using or what type of advanced set are you using to cause more damage within the same exercise. We need to understand that if we're doing a higher volume, we're probably using less intensity. More reps is usually a lower weight. Heavier weight is usually less reps. So that's how volume and intensity are related to each other. So the last thing that we want to consider whenever we're building our workout plan or our workout split is frequency. Now frequency is how often are you going to be training that muscle. So whenever you're setting up whatever program you want to do, some people like to follow like your traditional 5 days on and 2 day off split where they train a different muscle group every day. So your frequency there is that you're hitting every muscle group 1 time per week. Some people may do like back and biceps on Monday, chest and triceps on Tuesday, and maybe they train their arms on Friday. So your arms would then be getting hit twice a week. So we've increased the frequency. There's other people, myself included, I've liked a 3 on and 1 off split to where I hit every muscle group on my body over 3 days, I take 1 day rest, and then I repeat. So every muscle in my body gets trained twice every 8 days. So you can see how frequency is gonna play a role with how often can we train a muscle to get it to stimulate muscle growth, recover, and grow bigger. So when you're factoring in frequency, if you trained every muscle every day, you may not be giving the muscle enough time to grow and rebuild. So frequency is a bit of a tricky one because we want to train as frequently as possible. The more often that we could stimulate a muscle to grow, it'll grow faster. But if you stimulate too much, you're always stimulating and you're never actually growing. So frequency is definitely something to play with. Try a couple different things as far as higher or lower frequency to see which one responds better to you to help you grow faster. So let's build a workout split. We need volume, intensity, and frequency. So if we're doing a higher volume plan, meaning we're training with more reps, more exercises, sounds like more work, but we're doing lower intensity, we're not pushing as heavy of a weight, we might actually be able to train a little bit more frequently because we're not picking up such a heavy weight that we're really damaging the muscle or damaging the muscle tissue. We're putting a strain on it from pushing a lot of repetitions towards it, but we're not putting a crazy strain on it as far as really loading the muscle to move a really heavy weight. If we were going to do a higher intensity plan, maybe we need to do less volume. So a good way to do like a drop set to increase your volume while still maintaining adequate intensity would be to start out with something in like the 6 to 8 rep range. So you're picking a pretty heavy weight. Something that you can only move 6 or 8 times is pretty heavy towards you. As soon as you finish, say your 6th or your 7th rep or your 8th rep, you set those weights down and then you grab a weight that's maybe 20 or 30 pounds lighter than the one you just did. And then you go back and you train again to muscle failure. Maybe you get 5 or 6 reps or 7 reps or something with a lighter weight. You can see now that our volume total on that set or on that movement is pretty high because we got 6 reps with a heavy weight and then another 6 reps with a slightly lighter weight and then maybe another 6 reps with another lighter weight than that. We're getting, say, like 18 reps total there. So the volume is enough to grow, but we've kept the intensity high the whole time. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope I was able to help you build a better workout plan. Remember that on our Instagram, we are posting free workouts. So if you don't know what to do in the gym or you're bored or whatever, check those out, put yourself to the test, see if you can complete them without throwing up, and then let me know so I can make them harder. Until next time, you're watching BodyGeeks.